What's up, guys? Lefty here with your daily sports betting picks for Thursday, August 26th. Brutal one with Detroit yesterday, and like I always say, we don't want to dwell on losses, but it is good to look back on both wins and losses to see how the game played out, try and see if we could have did anything different. But with Detroit, I don't think I would change my decision. Even though it lost, we got to remember good bets can lose and bad bets can win. And with yesterday's play, even though it lost, I do think it was the right side. We just didn't get the result. And not even sure how this is possible, but Detroit went 2 for 15 hitting with runners in scoring position, which is roughly a 130 batting average. But the crazy part is they went 9 for 22 in all their other at-bats, which is slightly above a 400 batting average. So basically they had a 400 batting average yesterday, but with runners in scoring position, they just couldn't hit. That's not something that's going to happen all the time, but baseball's not fair either. Let's get into today's games. I got 3 plays I really like. First one, 7-10 start. We got Rangers and Indians. Rangers starter Jordan Lyle has shown some good signs recently. He's been good at times. Henches has a 7.52 ERA and technically isn't even a starter. He's been coming in and out of the bullpen and has only been pitching 1 or 2 innings, so I don't think we see him go too deep into this game. I know these ones are tough to make, but I have to do this. I'm going Texas in this one. They just shouldn't be in that plus 140 range. They opened plus 160, which was crazy, but at plus 135, plus 140-ish, I still think has value. I don't see Cleveland with any real advantages in this one to justify them being big favorites. Lyles should be able to keep the Indians' offense in check and is good enough to get a win, I believe. The Rangers should be able to get some runs early and get some late off the middle to bottom end of the Indians' bullpen. We have a really strong market analysis in this one, and it's exactly what you want to see when trying to confirm market analysis. We have Texas only getting 23% of bets on the money line. So it's the less popular team, which we like because it's a side the books will need. But that 23% of bets is equaling 42% of the money, which again, it's still the side the house needs. But it lets us know that there's some bigger size bets coming in on Texas. How else would 23% of bets equal 42% of money? Who typically bets bigger? Not always, but most of the time, the more informed or sharper bettors, and we can confirm this by looking to see how the odds makers are adjusting the price based on this action. And we can see Pinnacle opened with Cleveland minus 172, but has since adjusted down to minus 152. That's a 20-cent line move, which is significant. Of course, I would have loved to get Texas in that plus 150 range at the opener, but at least I know now where the sharp money is, and it's on the Rangers, so grab your balls and click in the Rangers plus 135 into your accounts. Next one up, another 7-10 start. We're looking Giants-Mets. Got Wood versus Carrasco. I make the starting pitching matchup in this game about even. Carrasco just made his season debut roughly 3 weeks ago after missing most of the season with a torn hammy. He hasn't really looked sharp, and I think we're getting value here fading Carrasco and the Mets because they're being priced basically on Carrasco's name or what he should be rather than his recent form. I think the Giants at that minus 115, minus 120 range is a solid play. If both pitchers are even, we know the Giants' bats are much better than the Mets, and as good as the Giants have been this whole season, they still don't get the respect they deserve from the odds makers, and I don't know why. So we'll take the Giants as a small favorite in this one, minus 115 for the second official daily play. And for the last play, we're going to head out west for a late one. Between the Yankees and A's, we got Talion versus Capriellan. And I like Oakland here. I think they do enough to get a win. And I have Yankees starter Talion as a play against pitcher right now. His surface numbers look okay. He's got a 3.94 ERA, which isn't terrible. But anytime you see an xFIP higher than ERA, it should scream regression, and it kind of tells us that the pitcher has been getting bailed out or lucky. xFIP or FIP is fielder independent metric. That removes all variables outside a pitcher's control. For an example, let's say a batter hits a shot to left field and the left fielder jumps up and robs it of a home run. It's an out, but is that out the same as a weak grounder to second base? They're both outs, but what xFIP and FIP does is it adjusts for the type of outs, removing the defense behind the pitcher and all other variables like ballpark or weather. It's a metric that basically cuts right through the core of a pitcher's performance. And I just think the A's can get it done here at home tonight. Yankees had a day off yesterday, but it was spent traveling cross country. Oakland had a true day off yesterday and should be ready for this big wild card push. So let's lock in the A's 1 unit for 1 unit. And just a quick recap, we got Rangers 1 unit to win 1.35 units. We got the Giants 1.15 units to win 1 unit. And finally, the Oakland A's 1 unit for 1 unit. And I think that's going to do it for me today. So until next time, good luck with all your bets. Hope you guys sweep the board. And as always, may all the umps calls go your way.